Hey guys, it's Rich with your Monday spot on the Pagan Perspective. This week we're talking about psychic vampires. This week's topic comes from Devin. The topic will be in the bottom bar. But basically, paraphrasing what they wrote, is that they've been pagan for years and that everything that they've seen in books or on websites about psychic vampires is kind of in the negative, rather than these people are not to be feared. So them being a psychic vampire, it's kind of made them more distant from the pagan community than actually wanting to be a part of it because of the negative connotation that goes along with it. So basically, psychic vampires, if you're not familiar, is somebody that kind of leeches energy from the people around them. Some people don't realize that they do this. Some people don't realize that they are a psychic vampire, that they do leech this energy off of people, kind of making them feel drained. So some people don't realize that they do this. Some people do. Some people do it willingly. Some people do it very involuntarily. So there's different types of psychic vampires in that aspect that we as a pagan community need to really be aware of. Now, do I think that psychic vampires have a negative mindset where they really want to just drain you of all your energy? No. I'd say probably most of them do not. But a thing to keep in mind as people that are not psychic vampires, that kind of have a lot of their feelers out there, especially empaths or energy workers, those light bearers out there that constantly give of themselves. Something to keep aware of is that these people are out there and may involuntarily or voluntarily take your energy to kind of, boost themselves up. I think a lot of introverts probably have this type of situation where that's why we're introverts. I know for me, I don't like groups because I feel drained afterwards. Probably because there's somebody that's involuntarily a psychic vampire out there. So one thing that I need to know to do is when I need to get away from a group, how to rein in my feelers so I'm not constantly out there giving out energy everywhere and constantly having myself sucked dry by the people around me. That's one thing that I need to be aware of with myself, as well as them being aware that they are doing this. Now, not exactly an easy conversation to have with people. If they are aware of it, then it's a much easier conversation. In a pagan community, it's something that would probably be very easy to discuss with somebody. In a non-pagan community, probably a lot more awkward. I know that I'm still getting backlash from a conversation that I had during a class that I was taking. So, feel the room, that type of thing. So what I'm getting at is that there is a personal responsibility to the people that may get themselves sucked dry. Now, Devin, as a psychic vampire, you have taken a conscious step to be aware of your psychic vampire tendencies, or your psychic vampire lifestyle, whatever label you want to use on that one. Anyway, you know that you do this. One thing that you may want to do is that whenever you are in a group of pagans, kind of being upfront with them and saying, guys, I know that a lot of people have this negative connotation about psychic vampires. For one, I'm one of them, but I'm not trying to suck you guys dry. I rein it in as much as possible. I will try not to leech off you guys as much as possible. Something along those lines. Word in a way that fits for you. And also actually being conscious of what you're saying there, of reining it in, not sucking the energy from somebody else, that type of thing. So not only do they have to rein in their energy, so you're not inadvertently doing it, but you also need to rein in yours so that you're not doing it to them. Another thing that you may want to try is maybe more grounding techniques where you're drawing energy up from the earth or down from the sky. That might help sustain you while you're in a group. One thing that the Lady Grave Dancer has suggested is, since she is a self-proclaimed energy whore. She says that she goes to church services. She doesn't do anything disrespectful. She goes to the back of a church that, that has the more contemporary services where everybody is up on their feet, they're all having a good time, and they're just putting out massive amounts of positive energy. She will respectfully go there. She will take in all the energy that's going around and everything, and then whenever they sit down for the service, she respectfully leaves. That may be something that you want to do, because then, they're putting out that energy to be had by anybody out there. It's kind of like an energy sharing. So that may be something that you want to do in the future. But as far as in the pagan community itself, I would say an open line of communication and having a baseline of this is what I do and this is how I control it, and this is what I'm working on. That type of communication I think is actually very key in this situation. So maybe taking those steps to first do that might help you out a lot. One thing that actually might benefit you a lot is also getting in touch with somebody that is just learning Reiki, just learning to practice Reiki. These people, whenever they are just learning or just starting out, may need somebody to kind of be a willing participant for getting this energy. You, being a willing participant of receiving energy, would be a great match for any Reiki practitioner out there that wants to kind of hone their skills or just practice within whatever within whatever degree they're in. I'm blanking on what the actual terms are, what their attunement is. So if somebody's just learning Reiki and wants to practice it, maybe be a willing participant for these people so they get the practice that they need and you get the energy that you need as well. This would be a good match for you, and if you have somebody that is a practicing pagan that you're friends with, this might be a really good step for both of you to get what you need and be in a harmonious environment. So with all that being said, I think that's all that I have for this week. As a reminder, on March 2nd, I will be in Seattle. I'll only be there for one night as I fly into Seattle and then fly out the next morning. So if anybody wants to do a meetup, maybe get some drinks, have dinner, lunch, whatever, we'll discuss all the minute details whenever we talk back and forth. My email is below. Do email me if you would like to do a witchy meetup of sorts. Maybe we can even do an interview or something like that. So yes, if you are in the Seattle area on March 2nd and would like to meet up, let me know and we will figure something out from there. Again, the email is below. With all that being said, I don't have anything else, so until next time, may you have love, hugs, and ladybugs. Bye-bye.